Hello everyone. So whether you are catching this episode while walking back from a class, or you are getting your skincare routine in check, or you're probably lying down with your AirPod while crying, or probably saying "oh" over another relationship on TikTok, I want to say welcome to Behind the Veil. So my name is Kelvin, and I am super excited to have you guys here with me. Come on, it's feel good to be back again, listening to another episode, and it came to my notice that I, in a week, do promise and I fail. Oh, I'll release another episode next week, Wednesday. I'll release this and I'll do that, and I just wouldn't show up. So I'm going to say I'm sorry, even though I keep saying I'm sorry, but I'm going to make it a point of duty not to promise anybody that I'm going to be releasing another episode. I just show up, even though the intention behind this podcast is to release weekly episodes. But just in case life happens, I would just appear and disappear, just like that. I'll just pop in on you guys and I'm out. Okay, so just like I've said, it feels so good to be back again, listening yet another episode, and knowing that you guys are here listening to me. I do not take it for granted. I am honored. And I consider it a privilege that I'm doing this. And thanks to God, who by His mercies has committed just work into my hands. And also thanks to you guys for taking it out of your time. Of course, I know you are busy. I understand how tight your schedule. Some of your schedules are. I want to believe everybody's schedule is tight. So if everyone release, or how would I put it now? I believe that people are quite busy. Everyone is busy doing something. Even those who may argue, oh, it's not productive, whatever, but everyone is busy with something. And for you to take out a few minutes of your time, 30 minutes of your time, 35 minutes of your time, as the case may be, to listen to my podcast, to each episode, for those of you that have been consistent, I do not take it for granted. And I'm saying thank you. So yeah, how are you guys doing? Of course, I would ask. And I hope you're enjoying the fatherhood of God. I hope you're well, and I hope you're enjoying the process. Okay, and yes, I love you guys so much. I sincerely do love and appreciate you guys. Right. So, diving right into what we have, let's just go right into it. And I can remember that during the last episode, we talked about having peace in a relationship, or before entering a relationship, you should feel peace. You should. We're talking about peace versus pressure, right? And of course, I know it's deep, and I've been receiving feedback. So I want to say thank you for those of you that have been sending feedback. I beg your pardon. Those that have been sending me comment, I want to say thank you. And if you are probably just listening to this and you've not listened to the previous episode, come on, please go back. Come on, you can pause this right now and just go to the previous episode to listen, because we'll talk about societal pressure, we talked about internal fear, we talked about family expectations, how they can put pressure on us to enter into a romantic relationship. And they may be, a majority of the time they may be relationship that God does not in any way endorses, right? And for you know what's going on is something else. So I said it plain during the last episode that if it comes with pressure, let it go, right? If it comes with pressure, delete. Don't even think about it. So, but today we're going to go into something quite different. It is something quite, I use the word crucial, because something in a way that can shift how you view love completely. Okay, so last week was peace and pressure, and I said something about peace, which I believe you guys understood, right? Okay, now, but there was something Jesus said that actually got me thinking. And Jesus said that the peace I give you is not as this world giveth. So that means there is a peace that comes from Jesus, while there is a peace that comes from the word. Okay, so why I'm saying all of these things is even because there are people that have started relationships, there are people that have begun a project by just feeling peace, and many of those stops ended with tears. Many of them ended in misery. Many of them are in regret now that, but I had peace. I entered this relationship because of peace. I started that project because of peace. And peace is God's way of talking to us. But why is it that all of this is happening? Why am I crying? Why am I feeling pain? Why am I regretting the decision I took that I'm living with because of peace? Okay, but what I'm trying to say is there's a peace that comes from Jesus and there's a peace that comes from the word. So how can you differentiate between both of them? Now, did you know that there's a peace that can even come as a result of your emotions? Now, how can you tell? How can you tell the peace that comes from your emotion? How can you tell the peace that comes from Jesus? Right? Maybe it's your emotion that is sponsoring the peace, maybe it's coming from Jesus, or even from external forces in quotes. How can you tell the difference? So I want us to really settle down and just just think about it before we go into what we have today, because we're going into Kairos Moments in love, but I don't want to talk about it, just a continuation from last episode. Okay, like, how do I know the peace that comes from Jesus? How do I know that what I'm feeling, the decision I'm taking is the right decision? That's why the fact that I'm feeling peace. Or is this peace from Jesus? Okay, now I want us to know this, that one of the ways to confirm that the peace you receive from God is by prayer. What do I mean? God is your Father, and you can go back to God again and again to confirm whatsoever peace you are having. Okay, whatsoever leading that is coming through peace, you can go back to God again and again to confirm His word. Like I said, God is your Father and is not ashamed or is not a tyrant that will be angry that why are you coming again? Why are you coming again? Why are you coming again? See, he loves the fact that you're coming to meet Him to confirm His word so you can obey. Right? So you can pray again and again, and God wouldn't feel offended that you're reaching out to Him. So He will be glad to confirm whatsoever leading you are having, whether it's from Him or not. So it doesn't even matter whether it comes from the word, it doesn't even matter whether it comes from your emotion, but God will gladly confirm if whatever peace you are feeling is from Him or not. Another one you can use to confirm again whether the peace you are receiving is from Jesus is from like-minded spiritual people. This time it could be from your friends or brethren, or it could be from authority that you're submitted to. This one I can tell you for sure, in all honesty, you can never in any way go wrong. I'll say it again. You can never go wrong. There must be people to confirm if whatever you are feeling, if whatever peace that is coming from you is from Jesus. Okay, there must be people to confirm it. So even if it seems like your emotions are playing with you, or you don't even know, like you don't just want to be sure, because I'm saying it again, there are many people that have taken certain decisions because of peace and it ended in mystery. And yes, I was emphasizing peace. You must have peace, but how then do you know if that peace is actually from Jesus? Okay, so that's just it. There must be people to confirm it. There must be people to confirm that what the leadings you are receiving through peace is from Jesus. People like your friends, people like constituted authority. All right. And if I were to look at it again, it is important that I state clearly that discernment is key. Okay, not just in knowing the right person. Discernment is key in discerning the right time. Okay, which should lead us into today's episode fully. Kairos moments in love. Why this topic? Why Kairos moments in love? Okay, because look at this. Two people may be good for each other, but it just isn't time for them to be together. Sometimes the person may be right, the vibes may be right, there's this sort of connection between them. Even their prayer points may align, their ideologies, their belief system, everything is checked. Right? But God is still saying, not yet. So how do you know when it's time? How do you recognize Kairos moments? And for those of us that are most likely hearing Kairos moment for the first time, or Kairos, what does Kairos mean? During the first episode of this podcast, the very first episode on time, understanding timing, I spoke about Chronos, I spoke about Kairos. Okay, let me just go straight to the point. Chronos is a chronological time. That is your work clock, your time in your work clock, your time in your wristwatch, as the case may be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But Kairos speak about opportune time, or what we call God's timing. That's like Kairos moment, opportune time, God's timing. So that is just it. Just have to just go basically to the first episode of this podcast, understanding timing, to get a more or less like a overview of what it is. Okay, just an overview of what it is. So if we are just look at it very well, look at it critically, we can say that Kairos isn't about how long you have waited. It's about when heaven says, now is the time. Now is your time. Oga, madam, now is your time. Okay. I said you should check it. I don't know how we will say it again. But come on, let's get right into what we have. I want to start with a scripture. A popular story in the Bible that has to do with Esther. Okay. If you look at that story well, or as if you have done an in-depth study on it, you would have realized that Esther didn't ask to be a queen. Okay, even when the moment came, she didn't move until it was her appointed time, as the case may be. So, and when Israel had sort of an issue, when they were going to be in a way assassinated or so, her uncle Mordecai made a statement and said, "Who knows whether you are here at this kingdom for such a time as this?" For such a time as this. So it was in a way describing Kairos moment. All of the things that she did, all of the parade, all of the whatever coming queen was for just that particular time, that Kairos moment, to act as a preserver, to help preserve the lives of the Jews. Okay, she wasn't the most connected, she wasn't the most loudest, as the case may be. It's just that God just used that to align her preparation with the need for a generation, to preserve a generation. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So that is how Kairos moment works. They don't look like as though you are hustling for it. Kairos moment is about heaven aligning. Like, in a way, you have been preparing. Yes, there's preparation. You are doing your own stuff. You are yourself. You are not looking for something. You are just there being you. But heaven is doing things to just align everything. And when it's time, like we're able to say, okay, this is the time. That is Kairos moments, right? So when it comes to preparation in this context of romantic relationship, we need to understand that preparation here can be in the course of mental readiness. It could be in the course of emotional readiness. So you can be in a relationship, then you and your partner, for example, want to take a decision together, or you and your partner want to take a decision or want to agree or something. Then one of them is like, let me first go and consult with my mommy, or let me go and consult with my dad. Let me see what my daddy will have to say, or let me see what my mom will have to say. Like, each time you guys are trying to make a decision, each time you guys are having a conversation, like, hey, let me ask my mommy, let me ask my dad, let's see what they will say. Like, or probably when there's sort of a misunderstanding, and which of course would happen at some point in your relationship, romantic relationship or marriage, there will obviously be misunderstanding. Then one of them decide to ghost you, or just keep distance. But there are times that some people, yes, are emotionally matured, right? And they know that what I'm about to say wouldn't make sense because of the heat of the moment. They would communicate like, okay, babe, I'm not in the mood, like I wouldn't respond rightly. Just give me distance, just give me space. After a while, the person would come. That, you're not forcing that. But I'm talking about a situation where the person just ghosts you. Not because there's a misunderstanding, just goes far away. It's incommunicado. Then, like, that has been childish. So in this case, there must be, for Kairos moment to truly be what it is, there must be some sort of mental and emotional readiness. Because you can't say, oh, you want to be in a relationship and you're not mentally ready, you're not emotionally ready. Because of course, it takes preparation, it takes readiness mentally, it takes emotional readiness, it takes mental readiness. Some would argue and some would agree that it even takes financial readiness, but depending, like, of course there are exemptions to the rules, but it takes all of this readiness to be ready. Relationship requires investment of emotion, of your emotions, investment of your mind, right? So when we are talking about Kairos moments, it's all about the right timing. Okay, it's all about the right timing. It's all about the right timing. And looking at all of these things that I'll be saying, right? Let me just ask a question, because someone may want to ask, what are the indices to measure that I am already in my Kairos moment when it comes to romantic relationship? Because this is quite very important. Very important. Somebody asked why. There was a research done by Journal of Social and Personal Relationship, And the comment they made was that timing is a strong indicator or predicator, as it may be, of relationship success than compatibility. So couples who met when they are emotionally and spiritually ready were, they said, 45% more likely to have a long-term satisfaction than couples who just rush into it during an unstable season. To buttress that point, a psychologist and relationship expert by the name Dr. Morgan said that people confuse chemistry for confirmation. Timing isn't about sparks, it isn't about butterflies. It's all about capacity. Like, are you spiritually ready? Are you mentally ready? Are you emotionally ready? Okay, so in a simpler term, you can feel the butterflies in your belly and still be in the wrong season. And of course, you have to feel butterflies in your stomach. How can you say, oh, you're in a relationship with this person, or you want to go into a relationship with somebody, and you're not having butterflies, you're not attracted to this person, and you want to be in a relationship with this person? Of course not. So you have to feel the butterflies in your belly, and it may also be that you're in the wrong time, in the wrong season. Why? Obviously, because butterflies cannot in any way hold a marriage together. It's obedience to God's timing that's will. Okay, so in all of this thing that has been said, right? What are the indices to measure that when you are, what are the indices to measure that you are obviously in your Kairos moments romantically? What are the predicators, or what are the, what word would I use now? How can you in a way analyze or know? Yeah, let me use the word pointers. Right. What are the pointers for you that would show you that you are, of course, in your Kairos moments romantically? So one of them, which most people may not acknowledge, is that of authority over you. Okay, there would be a time that, of course, spiritual heads, like, you can tread carefully here. There may be times that when how would I put it now, when somebody who is under authority, and they, in a way, there's this kind of bond between the person in authority and those that is under authority, and it now transcends to just having, like, they're so close that there's this sort of emotional connection. And this person, the spiritual head, is now in a way that is familiar with the one under, familiar with the person's series of heartbreak, and familiar with the person's history, familiar with how well this person that has been broken in a committed relationship, and how, like, familiar with this person's upbringing. So in a way, this is why I say we should be careful, because in a way they can use their emotion, right? They can use their emotion, their love, their compassion, to shield this person from God's timing. That's why we need to be careful, because they wouldn't know, they'll think they are doing God's will, but they're just protecting you due to sentiment. Like, I know what this person's history, I know where this person is coming from. Like, no, this romantic relationship, no. But meanwhile, it's not God that is saying no, it's just a sentiment. But what I'm trying to say in essence is, aside all of this, is spiritual heads, spiritual authority can in a way help you know when you're in your Kairos moments romantically. Like, they can just, like, be like, go for this person, there is time, what are you waiting for? I'm not talking about it because they know your age, sort of. I'm not saying this because they are familiar, like, but boy, like, this guy, you are already old, what are you waiting for? Or this lady, you are old now, what are you waiting for? Say yes to this guy. No, I'm not referring to that. Like, I don't even have to explain it more than this, but spiritual heads have a way of, they just help you, like, go for this person, it's time, they just go. Not because of your age, but because they are saying it based on discernment, right? They have discerned your time, they have discerned your season. Like, this is time for you to be in a relationship, take off. You get? So it's not because of sentiment. And just in case there may be sentiment, because just like I've said, they know your history, discernment is key. Discernment and wisdom in this case is key to know where you are. Like, please, like, by wisdom and discernment, you should know when they are talking from the point of sentiment and when it is from God. That's what I'll say. By wisdom and by discernment, know when your spiritual heads are talking based on sentiment, or they are talking because it is God that is the one instructing them. In all, let's be honest with ourselves, you wouldn't go wrong when you are under authority. when you are under an authority figure, because yes, they can help you discern it. They can help you discern your Kairos moment, not just romantically. They can help you discern. They can help you even when you feel this is not the right time. They just in a way help you to just go about it. They may not help you ask the lady out, of course. They wouldn't in any way help you ask the lady out, but they just by wisdom know how to do that stuff. But yeah, I'm sure you guys get the gist. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So another pointer, aside from spiritual heads, is like-minded people. I know I mentioned it when I was talking about peace and pressure, but that's just the truth of the whole matter. Like, come on, like-minded people. The Bible makes us understand that the spirit beareth weakness. So there will bear weakness to that if it's truth. Okay, if it is God's hands, if it's God that is handling it, if it's God that has orchestrated that Kairos moment, there will bear weakness to it. And the most beautiful thing about this is not everybody can be wrong. Yeah, if it's truly God, they will all be in agreement and they wouldn't even know each other. That's even why that is what makes it so beautiful. They wouldn't in any way know each other and they would confirm what God is saying. They would confirm your season, they'll confirm this is the right time, they will just confirm it. And yes, they would not force you to be in it. They wouldn't force you, they wouldn't add pressure on you, but they'll be like, it's your time. Like, you never can tell. Like, the advice, like people who don't know each other, they will say almost the same thing. That's what makes it so beautiful. That's what it just affirms scriptures that say the spirit beareth witness. There must always be a witness. 3, 4 people who don't know each other would confirm the same thing. Confirm it. Kairos moment is very important. And if we are to link it to the Bible, and of course you should know I don't in any way play with that, there is this scriptural perspective that shows that how God in a way shows his timing, and it's something that most likely we may not have looked at, which is Romans 5:6. Just let me just paraphrase it, and it says that for when we were without strength, in due time Christ died for the ungodly. Yes, I'm correct. Yeah, even Jesus' sacrifice. This is the point. This is absolutely the point. That even Jesus' sacrifice had a set time. If he had moved too early, or if he had moved too late, Jesus' coming wouldn't have aligned with prophecy. Even Jesus Christ, our Messiah, had a Kairos window. How much more you and I? Now, Isaiah chapter 60 verse 22 says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Not when the pressure is loud, not when everyone else is getting married, but when the time is right. Kairos moment, when the time is right, Lord, we shall make everything happen. Everything will just happen. Like, I just don't even have to describe it. You realize that you're not fighting for it, you're not thinking about it. Most likely not even be praying about it. You're not talking about it, having conversations around it. You are just there doing your own thing, enjoying life as it comes. Then it just happened. It just happened. It just remind us like God will make everything beautiful in his time. So you know what? Outside of God's timing, every beautiful thing can look messy. And within God's timing, even something that is delayed can be more glorious. With Kairos moments, you are not forcing it. Your purpose and their purpose are aligning. There's an alignment between everything. You are not hiding from white counsel. You are not rushing out of fear. You're not rushing out of pressure or whatever expectation. And more importantly, you are more focused on God than your relationship. You're more focused on God than your circumstance. You're more focused on God than being in any sort of relationship. Because we talk, God will never give you a relationship that competes with him. God will never give you not just romantic relationship, but God will just never give you anything that would compete with your devotion to him. So in conclusion, my dear people, God isn't stingy with love stories. God loves love. God is love, for crying out loud. God is obviously love. God is not stingy with love stories. He's so much intentional. So the world may celebrate rushing things. The world may celebrate things that in a way that are content worthy. Let me put it this way: your relationship doesn't have to be content worthy for it to be from God. I'm a firm believer of not everything needs to be on content. Yes, you have to create memories, but not everything has to be turned into content. Not everything has to be on social media, right? So just because people are watching into things, just because people are celebrating things, and of course, if it's content worthy, it doesn't mean they've watched it. It could be their timing, right? But wait for your time. Wait when is your time. Not just because the Lord makes things beautiful in His time, but because heaven rejoice over timing. Why? Because the right timing bets destiny. Don't let loneliness make you settle. Don't let boredom lead you into bondage. Don't let. And funny enough, you know what is so funny about all of these things is you may actually do something that is not within God's timing and even enjoy the relationship. In quotes, enjoy it. Enjoy it. But the thing is heaven rejoicing over it? Answer is a no. Is God rejoicing over it? No. But yet, based on earthly measure, based on having analytics you want to use to measure it, you are probably enjoying your relationship. You are probably enjoying the person. And to you, that's the best person after Jollof. But heaven is sad because that's not even the right person, or that's not even the right time. Okay? Wait for the Kairos moment. Wait for your timing. Because when it's time, the peace will be so loud. When it's time, the confirmation will be so loud. You see how beautiful it is in God's time. The alignment to be so real, and you would have to force it because Christ is already carrying it. Okay, I'm sure that you guys really do understand what I'm saying, and I'm sure you guys get everything. Okay, so that's just basically everything I have to say. Just sharing my thoughts with you guys, and I hope you guys do find it valuable. And of course, I trust God. I do trust God that each episode will be a contribution of value to you. Okay, yeah, we've come to the end of this episode, and I hope you guys really do enjoy it. And if you stayed to the very end, thank you very much. And I'm not going to promise when another episode will be coming out. I definitely wouldn't be promising you that. I'm refraining myself from promising you that. But in all, do enjoy the rest of your week. Do enjoy the fatherhood of God. So next time I'll pop in on you guys with another episode. I love you guys in all honesty, and I pray that you receive grace to wait for the right season. I pray that you receive grace to wait upon God, not just romantically, but in every aspect of your life. And I pray that you receive grace to enjoy the process, because waiting on God is what's why. Until next time, bye bye.